All right, let's jump outside. Live look out in Galveston from our partners at Saltwater RECON. Ooh, misty out there and cold, and they could see very cold rain in the early morning hours.
Yeah, we're in store for a cold night, but so far so good, David Paul.
Yeah, so far so good. What sleet has been falling, and we've had multiple reports of sleet pellets coming down. It just hasn't been heavy enough to cause any type of icing problems out there. Surface temps for the most part are above freezing. Some may drop below freezing overnight to the north and west, but overall we're not expecting to see any major travel issues for tomorrow morning's commute. Overnight, 2 a.m., a 20% chance for a little frozen mix, probably mostly rain, maybe a few sleet pellets in there. 20% chance for a mix by 5 a.m., and I think just cloudy going into 7 and 8 o'clock as what there is out there falling is going to drift off to the east and into the Gulf of Mexico. It's 37 degrees outside right now. It's 22 degrees colder than yesterday at this time, and the dew point is 27, and that's the key. Dew point that low. So you've got all this precipitation falling out of the cloud base here, but as it falls out of the cloud base, it is literally evaporating into that very dry atmosphere. That's called virga, and that's why the radar looks so busy, but there's just not much hitting the ground. And temperatures are above freezing in almost all areas. Hobby 42, Bush 37, Conroe 34. Columbus is the only spot in the area with a freezing temperature of 32. And because of that, they do have a slight chance for icing out in our western counties. Temperatures are some 19 to 27 to 32 degrees colder than yesterday at this time across the board. It's been a big change. And we have this north breeze at the surface, 10 to 15, 22 in Galveston, but up at 34,000 feet, the wind flow is almost exactly the opposite. It's coming out of the southwest, and that is the southern branch of the jet stream, bringing Pacific moisture overhead and little disturbances overhead. So the cold here at the surface, the energy and the moisture coming in from the southwest, and that's what we've got creating this chance for rain and sleet and snow. And if you showed me this radar any other time, I'd say we've got to be having some icing problems up here across our northern counties. But that's not happening because, again, almost all of this is evaporating before it reaches the ground. That being said, I think if we're going to have any type of icing issues, it will be I-10 west towards Sealy and Columbus on some of the bridges out here, 290 from Prairie View to Brenham, and Highway 90 out toward Garwood. Otherwise, I think most of the area will probably be okay because the precipitation is so light and temperatures are above freezing. And right now, Spring 37, Conroe 34, Bush at 37. And on the southeast side, it's a little bit warmer. Baytown, you're 41, Pasadena at 41 right now. Here's the computer model. By midnight tonight, that little band of light frozen mist across our northern counties continues, but again, temperatures stay for the most part above freezing. We may see by 5:36 a.m. the little bit of a frozen mix transition to the coastal counties, staying off the immediate coast. That's just cold rain, Galveston. And then that exits by mid-morning, and toward lunchtime, everything begins to dry out. We go to temperatures hot, topping out, I think, around 45 or 50 degrees. And then going into Saturday morning, that's the coldest morning, with freezing temperatures dropping all the way down into southern Fort Bend and central Brazoria County. Pearland expecting a freeze. That's Saturday morning. That will be the coldest morning of the bunch, with a light freeze for most inland areas. Temps are forecast to stay cool for the next 6 to 10 days. Cold across the middle part of the country, 3 below in Minneapolis. And we go up into Canada, and it's 33 below at Old Crow. So that's the source region for our cold air, and the northern branch of the jet is pushing that cold air south, while the southern branch is bringing all the moisture overhead. And this pattern is stuck with us. Saturday, look at that same pattern, cold air coming south with the disturbances coming across from the southwest. We go into early next week, still have that drive of cold air coming south with disturbances coming overhead from the west. We go into next week, a week out next Thursday, same pattern. So we're stuck with this wet and cold pattern for the next 7 days. 20% chance for a frozen mix overnight and in the morning, then it begins to clear out. Cold Saturday, cold Sunday, and then rain late Sunday into Monday, 70% rain chance. That's that southern branch working its magic. And temperatures stay chilly. In fact, over the next 7 days, only at one point do we have temperatures getting into the 60s. The rest are 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. A cold spell, guys. Back to you.
50s I can deal with. Thanks, David.